So now we'll be symbolizing points by size. So again, in the layers pane, click the cities layer to select it, and we visually turned it off. So let's click cities, and let's turn it on, and let's click the field button and choose population, and click add, and smart mapping, suggested counts and amount size layout. And the city symbols on the map change, so they are now all different sizes. As we see here, let me close that so we could see that and zoom in. So the flaws that we see here is that the largest city in Indonesia, Jakarta, which is the capital, also hides other important map information. So it wants us to make the symbols transparent to prevent this problem. So under counts and amount size, click style options. And then for the symbol style, click fill color. Okay, fill color. And we want to type in a specific hex. So let's type in this hex 7A1B77 and press enter. So now we'll click done because that's the hex color we want, and set the fill transparency to 75. So here, let's type it in 75%. And now we see that the transparent circles no longer hide each other or other parts of the map. And click the outline color. So here, let's click on the outline color. Let's change the hex to 49006A, which is a darker purple, and click done. And we want to set the transparency for the outline to 0. And close the symbol style window. So it looks like we're done with this. Click done. And it wants us to adjust the size range of the symbols. So on the size range slider, let's go to style options again. So here's the size range slider. Click the upper handle and move it to the highest value. So the value at the end of the slider will vary based on your current scale. And the circle symbols are larger than before, which allows for a greater range of difference between the smallest and the largest. Because adjust size automatically is checked, the size of the circles will increase at every scale. In the layers pane, so I do want to adjust my scale here to make sure it's similar to the map. This looks better. Okay, and then let's adjust it to 73. Okay, so in the layers pane, rename the cities layer to cities population totals. So let's click done here, and let's change the name of cities. Again, you're going to click rename cities population totals. And then let's save our map here to adjust the changes. And next we're going to symbolize the lines by type. So now let's click on the roads layer and make it visible on the map. And in the styles pane, make sure you select it. So on our styles pane, so smart mapping suggests location single symbol, but let's add a field and choose type and click add. And then Smart Mapping suggests type unique symbols. And for that, we're going to click Style Options for that card. And for symbol categories are listed unknown, road, major highway, and other. And numbers next to the symbol classes indicate how many features of each type are present on the map. The other category has no features. So it wants us to rename and reorder the categories to improve the layer's legend. So click the unknown label. Erase the existing text and type secondary road. And then rename road to primary road. And then it wants us to click the button next to each road to reorder the category. So move major highway to the top of the list and secondary road to the bottom. Okay, so just drag it up. And then secondary road to the bottom. Awesome. So now it looks like our tutorial. And now that we decided the hierarchy of the road symbol, we could change the color ramp. So again, click the color ramp under the symbol style and ensure that the adjust width automatically checkbox is selected, which it is. Adjust width automatically on the map. Zoom to the island of Java until the labels for Tegel and Situbondo appear on the base map for width 2. Okay, so on my end, let me zoom in closer. Okay, I see these two, and then adjust the width to 2. And then for click pattern, choose the 5th dashed line. Okay, let's click pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And a dashed pattern will help distinguish the roads from the province borders. Next, you'll use the color to establish a hierarchy for the symbols, and it wants us to use a darker color for roads. So again, let's click on this legend here next to major highway, and on the color menu for hex, type 0 this many times. Okay, so it wants us to have it in black, so let's click done and change the color of the primary road to 5 that many times. So that would be a darker gray. And then for the secondary roads, type A that many times. Which would be a light gray. Okay, so here it says to close the symbol style window and click done to save the map. And now we'll be customizing the base map. So on the contents toolbar, let's click base map. And it's stating here that our map is currently using the topographic base map. In the base map pane, choose human geography map. So from your steps, it's stating to go to the bottom of the list and click Living Atlas. And then type human geography map. Okay, again, you will click on the card and then click Use as Base Map. And then now it wants us to click on the current base map, Human Geography. And it says drag the Human Geography detail layer into the base section. So we have the reference section and the base section. Okay, so we're going to drag it in there. And then we are going to click the options button and click remove the Human Geography base layer. And in the base map pane, click the add button. And then we're going to change my content into the Living Atlas. And we are going to type World Hillshade. And for our first one, we're going to click add. Actually, on our card, it is the second one, so the terrain multi-directional hillshade. So now it states to go back. And now we have 3 layers in our base map. And next it wants us to drag the world hillshade layer to the bottom of the list below the human geography detail. So let's move it below. Okay, so on the contents toolbar, click the layers button and select the province population density. And on the settings toolbar, click the properties button. And then for blending, choose multiply. Okay, here is multiply. And then on the settings toolbar, click the effects button.